Hello, everybody. It's time for some ukulele orchestra. Let's get the link posted over on the website. I had to have a condo association board meeting, and so now I'm running behind. And so let me get this posted where it's supposed to be. Link to join will appear here. Paste, shift, link, enter, edit, settings. Open a new window, update, and I hope I did that right. Update. I hope I hit that number right. Otherwise, I have to redo it, and so it always wastes a bunch of time. Let me go see. I think I did it right. View page. Patience. Okay, and scroll down. So today, there were no other ukulele classes today. This is it. This is the one for today. And so, all right, opens up just fine to where it's supposed to. Look at what a mess I am. So 1, I did not shave today. 2, this is not the right shirt. 3, the lighting is all weird. If I don't wear a black shirt, the lighting gets all weird. You're not here to look at me. You're here to play some jazz. And so we'll pull up our set list and see how we're doing. Yeah, so it's going to be a good night. We're finishing up basically, not entirely, but we're basically going to be going through the last of the songs on the website. So I've had a chance just to double check that everything works the way I hope it works. And then, yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on. Then that way I can finish doing arrangements for the fall, knowing that all of the music that we have is good music. And so it's always something. It's always something around here. Let me get logged into here. This is never right. Get rid of that. And I don't know if this is true or not anymore. So let me erase this and try. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. I'll tell you our playlist here in just a second. Okay, man, let's cross our fingers that this works the first time. I've been having a terrible amount of problems getting logged in to this website, our website, on this iPad. So let's see if I did it right this time. Yes. All right, sweet. All right, let's go into Members Portal. This will tell us what we're playing tonight. I have been busy on condominium catastrophes all day today, so I have not properly prepared. We're playing My Funny Valentine, Nature Boy, Satin Doll, Smile, and Take the A Train, theoretically. So let me go ahead and get all these posted up. My Funny Valentine, and Nature Boy. Remember how hard Nature Boy is? We'll be fine. Satin Doll. Satin Doll's fun. And oh no, I left it on the list. Smile is on the list. Smile is the one you want it to be easy, and it's just not. And then I took Smoke Gets in Your Eyes off because I know that's going to be in the show. And Take the A Train is the last one, and I think we'll take a little bit of doing. All right, let's see who has made it in tonight. Oh my goodness, I'm way behind. Laurel is in. Rock, she says. Sandy's in. Good evening, Sandy. Vic is in. Sandy's in from Michigan. Vic is in from Oregon. Pauline in from California. 76 degrees and a bit humid. You'll take that, eh, Pauline? That sounds okay. Linda in from British Columbia. It's our BC. Oh, today's a holiday and you're here. Thank you for being here, Linda. Fran from SoCal. Rita from Chicago. Maine from Denver. Red is here. We always do sound effects when Red logs in. I think we should do that sound effect. Always Red. She already misses me. I didn't do any ukulele classes today. I did some writing, but not nearly enough. And I of course, got hijacked by the condo association. Jacqueline is in. Jacqueline is in. She's a local here. Linda's also from Denver. Patricia Luton is from Denver. Elizabeth in from northern Colorado. Amy back from a long hiatus. Good to see you. I got your email today, Amy. I haven't read it, but I did see it can't come in. And Linda is in from Laguna today. 93 down there. Pretty toasty. All right. Guys, let's start with, I'll give you some updates here in a little bit. The main important update is that we're not going to have class next Monday night. So I want to get through the stuff that's on our agenda here tonight. Hopefully, certainly the ukulele parts of them. And so baritone players, we may put you off a little bit tonight so that I get a chance to play through all of the melodies and make sure that they're working properly. Baritone players, you know that I'm going to take care of you in the long run, but sometimes we gotta focus in on the business at hand. Diane is here. She's local. Good to see you, Diane. Let me turn this off. I don't need that going. So pull up my Funny Valentine and the ukulele version, please. Do these go by info? How do these show up here? Here it is. There's that. Okay, so let me get this. Let's look at the ukulele version of this first. My main goal tonight, guys, we've been playing most of these all summer, and we played through all of them probably 3 or 4 times each. It's just making sure those that are coming off the ukulele pretty cleanly, and those are the ones that I want to get ready for you for an ensemble play starting in the next few weeks. By September 13th, when we start official in-person ukulele orchestra, I'd like to have all of the paperwork finished and done by then. So I sort of have this sort of artificial deadline I'm trying to meet, and hopefully making it easy for you to also be in that be in the orchestra and get your sheet music straight so that you can really focus in on mastering the music, getting it confident, and feeling great about what you're playing. Fran is in 106 degrees down there in southern, not near as good as Laguna, and Laguna is pretty hot. All right, My Funny Valentine. Again, when you're playing with me, one of your goals is to play melody. One of your goals is to play chords. Or if you've got those handled, or you feel like, you know what, I don't want to work on those tonight, is to play tough uke along with me. My goal is never to play at full speed when we're doing tough uke. My goal is to try to get all of the notes in, at least in a reasonable timing, as best as I can at the moment, and then we see whether we sound pretty good together. I like to look ahead a tiny bit, and I see over there at measure 6, we have a 9, 10, 10. That's a nasty little moment. Okay, right? That sounds getting that clean sounds so cool, sounds so jazzy. But getting it clean is pretty tough. Right after that is that B minor 7th. That's really just a B minor, and then add your 5 onto the top there. That's going to be a tough moment. So don't keep those in knowing what's going on there. At 12, you have that same shape, measure 12, but it's 4-5-5. Again, sounds super cool and jazzy. I'm looking through the rest of this. It's all pretty standard issue stuff. Don't see anything that's terribly difficult. Measure 23, maybe putting an index finger on 5 and these 3 on 7. Okay, that's pretty challenging. That'll be something you need to be aware of. Other than that, everything else is standard issue, straight up fingerstyle ukulele. So let's get it done. Hey, Kat, welcome in. Cool in East Texas. 85 is cool in East Texas, by the way. Rain earlier today. Oh, the rain helps a lot, right? Okay, well, it depends. I guess Texas rain can be the opposite of helpful. Let's give it a try. Let's play down through measure 35 and come back, play it a second time. Again, my main job tonight is just to make sure stuff's playable so that as I put together the final arrangements for the fall, I know what I'm doing. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 25. Fun turnaround. Keep going from the top. Go. Second ending. Nice. I think that completely works, don't you guys? I think that the whole thing is just lovely. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to postpone the baritone stuff. I really do want to run through, make sure all of the arrangements are solid. And so baritone players, I'm going to gyp you just a little bit tonight. I want to play through all the ukulele versions first, and then if we have time, we'll do a couple of the baritone versions. But let's go ahead and put this in the can and say that that's for sure going to be happening. That sounded nice. Let's see who I saw some stuff going on over here. Linda's in from Santa Rosa. Finally found the link. Yeah, I was a little bit late tonight, Linda. Sorry. And Kat, Rob has unfortunately turned to a life of crime since you discontinued his lesson. Rob's just smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey and picking fights now that he doesn't have his daily lesson. I know that's the problem with hanging around with me. Is you either got to play ukulele or you have to start wandering through the seedier parts of our society, and so I don't know what to do about that. I know I'm creating gangsters and criminals out of y'all. All right, let's go try Nature Boy. This is a tough song, guys, and we know it going in, and we're like, well, we'll do what we can with it and see what happens. Okay, so Nature Boy. Let's talk about where things go to heck pretty fast. If you look down at measure 5, that 7769, it looks terrible, but it's really not as bad as you'd think. You've got to just put your index finger on 6, make your D minor shape the 7th, your pinky reaches up to 9. Okay, there's that. Okay, and then that goes to that 5, 6, 7, which is not too bad. And then a 7 bar on, I'm sorry, index finger on 6, and then all of the rest crowded around 7. So measure 6 is a whole lot, and 5 and 6 are a whole lot of crazy chords in there. And then it sort of mellows out a tiny bit. The beginning of 7, remember, 2 and then 3, 3, 3. Okay, so it's that jazz shape we've seen quite a bit of. Same exact shape, that 2, 3, 3, measure 11, that's 0, 2, 3, 3. And that's the same shape we did in the last song up at 9 and 10. This comes up a lot in jazz. It sounds really cool on ukulele too, by the way. I'm trying to think if I remember right. That's really the main mean stuff that's on here. And so let's play through those and see how we do. I'm all worried about Rob. Linda says that's a good song. Cast into it. Nice. All right. Nature Boy on ukulele. Baritones, you know these chords. Let's have this happen. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Top. Back to the top one last time. Go. cool. I think there should be a third repeat on the end of 17, right? Did I mess that up? I missed that one. 17 to N, yeah. 1 through 16, 1 through 10. Yep, so a second and third ending on measure 17. Better put a note there. 3. All right. You know, when I first wrote that, I thought that's pretty close to the real deal. Now I know it's really, really close to the real deal. And honestly, that's a song where you can play it really, really slow. Just like really let your ukulele that's how you know if you need to change your strings, is how well your ukulele plays that song right there. If it's going blong, 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 and then you're fine. If it's going tink, 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 then it's probably time to think about changing your strings. And again, I want to move on just playing ukulele songs today because, again, I'm I'm in the process of taking these arrangements and then blowing them up into full orchestral arrangements. And I just want to make sure the ukulele parts work. I always know the baritone part will work if it works on ukulele. So I always do ukulele first and then I do the baritone second. Not always, but most of the time. Let's go grab Satin Doll on ukulele. The big difference, those of you guys who've been around a while, you know what's going on. You'll be like, oh yeah, I know exactly when he says he's going to turn it into an ensemble arrangement. Basically what we do is we take the tough uke line off and we add on a 2 or 3, sometimes 4 other lines, some for baritone, some for low G, some for high G, some for chords, some for rhythm playing. We'll go ahead and put on different activities, which makes it easier for everybody to play their particular part, but the total, the sum total is actually ends up sounding really cool, and so that's what's going on. Okay, I'm just making sure the original arrangements work, and then once I have this, then we blow it up. And the nice part is, overwrite that. I think what you find when you have an orchestral arrangement is the purpose for being there is different. When you're here with me and we're hanging out and you're in your yard, you're in your basement and I'm in my basement, we're trying to play great solo pieces, right? But you're not going to play everything solo. If you're going to pick half a dozen songs in your life that are like, ooh, I really want to master that. The rest of the time you're going to be trying to play with other people, hopefully, and in those situations, you don't want to be 2 people playing tough uke. It just doesn't work. But if you get one person playing some way, the chords one way, and another person playing melody, and another person filling in with some other stuff, it'll end up sounding really sweet. All right, Satin Doll. Let's talk about, this is, again, nothing on this is particularly pleasant, but notice in measure 1 you got your regular D minor, and then it goes to this G9, and again, just probably place 2 fingers on the 2s and then probably your ring finger forward on the 3. It's different than the chord is a G9, but your melody's that 3. That's why you don't make the chord shape that's there. Same thing happens in measure 2. Everything else, we don't end up with anything too messy until measure 5, where you're going to have a bar on 2, your middle finger on 3. This shape, middle finger on 3 of the first string, and then your ring finger up here on 4. So it looks a whole lot like this bar with an F shape, but these 2 are down here on strings 1 and 3. Right? Got that cool jazz sound to it. In measure 6, you have a 1-3-2. It's almost like an upside down F7. Really crazy sound. You're going to hit the 1 after that, and then in the middle of measure 6, 4-5-4. Right? Add the 6. All right, and then you've got some normal chords after that. What else is happening in this song? I remember page 2 being particularly challenging. You have a diminished chord at measure 14. Again, I always use index, middle, ring, and pinky to get those diminished chords out. Everything else, I think, is a repeat of what we already talked about. Yeah, be ready for that 1-3-2. That is a complicated looking shape there. And you might want to just do it as a bar chord, right? Just do a plain old bar chord. That gets you what it says. One. Oh, but on the other strings. 1, 1, 3, 2. Oh, so sort of that wanky minor chord I use in some of the arpeggios. Yeah. And then regular major 7th is the ending. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Beautiful. Elizabeth says, when you've arranged a piece for orchestra, can you hear all the parts on the different instruments at one time? It's usually not. Some people can. Like, they can just look at the sheet music and they can hear the music in their head. I'm not that guy. I definitely... when I, like, if a song like this... Sa-da-da-dun, dun, 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 I can hear that, right? And that part I can hear. But when I think about the arrangements, I don't usually hear them in my head. I usually think, all right, what could the low G's be doing right now? What could the baritones be doing right now? Boy, that seems like a really hard chord to do. Let's divide that up between 2 different high G ukuleles. So that's what I tend to think. I don't really hear it in advance. What I do see as I'm working is, what does the playability look like? And I always, not always, but lots of times I would try to have multiple groups of people covering multiple parts. So I would like to not just have, I don't really like it when we only have 10 or 15 people playing just melody, because I don't know who's going to show up on any given week, and I also don't know in that 10 or 15 group how brave those people are going to be. So if I can spread the melody around to 30 people, then I'm probably covered a little better. And so I have a tendency to arrange based on playability more than I do on final sound. Obviously, some songs you want to do certain things, like this one, ba-da-dum-bum-bum, cha-cha, bum-ba-dum. Right? I would probably put in something right there just to jazz it up a little bit, but we'll see. But yeah, it's a great question. Can I see it in advance? Can I hear it in advance? No. No, I can't. Sometimes I'm very surprised how good things come out, and sometimes I'm really disappointed in how terrible they come out. All right, and sometimes you can go back and fix it. Not always, though. All right, let's give this one a try. I'm going to switch from thumb to plucking just because, and let's see how we do. 4-beat count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of cool. Go to the top. Second ending, measure 9. Whoops, where am I at here? Page 2. Like that. Shoot. so fun. All right, I want to try it again. I want to switch to thumb. This thing, I didn't even know this song before. So I don't remember which one of you guys told me to do it. I was like, what? They start a song off with cigarette? What? What kind of crazy 1953 attitude is that? And then ever since then, I'm like, kind of a fun song. All right, let's give it a try. Same thing from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second ending. Measure 11. That's fun. That's a fun song. Yay. Who picked that one? That's a good one. Linda loves that, right? Anyway, everything about this song makes me happy. Yeah, right? It was you, Amy? Okay. All right. Everything about that song makes me happy too. When I first got it, it did not make me happy. You know how when you get a new song and you're like, I don't like this song. I don't like this song. And then you play it for a while and you're like, I like this song. And then after a while you're like, this is a great song. That's the progression you want it to go in. A lot of times you go, this is a great song. I'm going to do Purple Rain. It's going to be awesome. And then you work on it and you work on it and you work on it. And over time you're like, this doesn't belong on a ukulele. This doesn't belong at all. This is a dumb song. Why in the world was this song ever popular? That's the other way songs tend to go. Beautiful. Absolutely. Good job, Amy. Amy gets an A+ for that one. All right. Let's go grab Smile. Let's play a little Charlie Chaplin today. I already know this one's going to be in the... I already know this one's going to be in the concert. JollyRunnerUkulele.com. Oh, gosh, you guys. It's a crazy. And we didn't play during the day today. And one, it makes me all weird and rusty in the evening. But it makes me miss playing ukulele. So I maybe have to rethink what I'm doing here. All right. Jazz on the ukulele. Smile. Share it with Foursquare. It'll say, there we go. This one is lovely up until it's not lovely, and then it is a nightmare. Okay? Measure 9. Let's go look at measure 9. You have 9, 10, 10, 12. Okay? So again, 9 and 10, 10. Okay? That's your F sharp minor shape. Remember earlier this week, it was early last week, at some point in the distant past, recently, we talked about bar chords up the neck, okay? And what we're doing here, your F sharp, F minor shape, if you push it up one, it becomes F sharp minor. You have that G7 looking bottom on the wrong strings with your pinky up here. Okay, now you just take this all the way up to 9, 9, 10, 10. Pinky ends up on 12. Okay, that's a D minor up there. Okay, and the only reason we're using it, we have to get that high note in there. And this song, interestingly, it's a pretty big song. It's not really dying to be on a ukulele. But if we go ahead and work really carefully and really try to stay focused on getting that 12 clean, then you'll have it. You'll have something really nice. Your index finger doesn't move. Just pull your pinky back to the 10, and then everybody moves. And then you got a bar on 8 with your ring finger up on 10. Then 10, 11. Go back to that bar on 8, 10 up above and 10 down below. I think that's the hard part of the song. 8, 7. And then a long 7. Definitely let that ring for a little while, and then we'll go ahead and go. Then you got 8, 8, 9, 9. So I've been barring 8, 8 and then trying to just grab my fingers and squish them up into the 9s. I'm not sure there's any better way to do that. 7, 5. And then a nice bar on 5. Okay, and then that turnaround is not easy either. 7s, but they're 4 beats. Make sure you let them go the full 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you let that one go even longer, and then you go back up to the top. So really, I would love for this to be super playable. It's probably why the song isn't more popular than it is. The melody and the chords don't make any sense together, and that's why it becomes instantly jazz, and why it's much harder to play than you want it to be. If you play the melody, you're like, oh yeah, this is nice, da, 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 da. And why it becomes a perfect ensemble experience. Think about that. Those of you guys that have been doing some arranging and some composing and stuff, if it's really crazy hard to play the tough uke, it's probably because the chords and the melody are fighting each other a little bit. You find that in jazz all the time, where they're not really getting along that well together, and it makes it really challenging to play. And in those situations, be thinking about, hey, I could turn this into a duet. These chords are not hard. This melody is not hard. You put them together, it's very hard. And so let yourself think about that more as a duet rather than a solo that's just going to be really difficult to play, which is what we have here. From the top, 4-beat count in, play down to 19, come back, and then we'll try to clean it up the second time through. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go. Let it ring and then go. Three, four. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Let it go back to the top of the page and play. Second ending. Ah. It's a sad little song. I got the word extensions to take off. I think it plays fine, right? The nice part about this one, you get some people together, right? You get your friends together, and then they play. Right, and that 4, right? You love that. You can see it all over the place. That's the wrong note. Then keep going. And then we got a big moment here, 7. And then just let your chord player do whatever they're going to do, right? So actually the melody is super, super sweet and super fun to play. And so this is what you need a friend for. Every now and then you got to have a friend. Smile's the one. And if you don't know, take time to read those lyrics. The lyrics are hilarious. Smile though your heart is aching. Just, put up a false front because that's what we do. I love it. Okay, smile. And then, I know this isn't the greatest way to end our time together, but take the A Train. This is a hard song. Let's take a look at it. Let me share it into my thingamabopper here. And before we get into this, let's talk a few announcements here, just so you guys can. We got most everybody here now. Small crowd tonight. This is what happens. One, we are moving into ensemble head. In an ensemble head, you play simpler, faster. And you gotta show up, right? Because the problem with ensemble brain is that a lot of times what you have to practice doesn't make any sense. And so especially if you don't have the melody, if you've got some portion of the chords, or you've got a second voicing or this type of stuff, it's very normal for your part that you're going to play to make no sense whatsoever unless you are in the ensemble. You would end up with all these random notes that don't seem to add up to anything. And then when you get to ensemble, you're like, oh, I see what's going on. And it sounds amazing. So the two things I tell people when we move into ensemble is, one, sometimes pick the melody, right? Because that's the easy one. But plenty of times be brave and try some of the other parts as well. The second thing I tell people is take advantage of the MP3s. Particularly if you have a part that doesn't make any sense and you're like, this sounds stupid, I don't even know what I'm doing. If you go grab the MP3 and play along with that, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see now. Because you're playing some part of the chord or some part of the accompaniment is what happens there. And we tend to find if we give melody to newer players, they usually do better. And then after a while, the players who've been around a while are like, I'll do anything except melody. It's fine. I don't care. Right? We have the brand new people who walk in with no previous training. They gravitate toward chords, and then they figure out pretty quick that we're not messing around with chords. We're not just giving C, F, and G7 out around here. We're giving out C major 7, E flat 7, D flat 7. What the heck is that? D9. Look at these chords. These chords are absolutely a nightmare, and you maybe don't want to be the chord player in a jazz ensemble. So that's the biggest change that will happen is as we will be moving not completely away from Tough U, because you'll still have these and we'll still work on them together to some extent, but we'll really be talking about how does your part fit in with the larger whole, and then of course speeding it up dramatically. The two things that I know for sure, I have an almost impossible task every Monday night of trying to keep the orchestra going the correct speed. Years ago we did a version version of Last Rose of Summer. And Last Rose of Summer is this very sad, very Celtic, very beautiful piece of music. And it's supposed to take about 20 minutes to play it. And our band, man, we hammered that thing out. We made that happen quick. We turned it into a rock song. And that's not ideal, right? So slowing everything down, getting things to be a certain way. But even still, when anytime we're an ensemble, there's a tendency for people to go much faster. And it'll be the one thing that those of you who are newer to, who haven't been playing much ensemble work with me, we will struggle a little bit with pacing because it is much faster. You do have to get very comfortable with blowing it and moving on. You hit the wrong note, you're like, whatever, and just keep playing. It cannot matter because that's what, the band's not stopping because you made a wrong note. So those are the big changes that will be happening. Also, I need to point out next, I think it's Tuesday officially, but next Monday I'm not going to be here because I will have been married 30 years, and so I'm going to take the night off, and we're gonna hoop and holler here in the house. Dance around the cat. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to do anything, but I'm going to take next Monday night off as celebration, as either, I think it's my 30th anniversary eve, if I remember right. And so I won't be here next Monday night. So you won't be here next Monday night. That will be a great opportunity for you to figure out which of these songs you want to do as a small group for the orchestra, so that I don't have to arrange it, I'll still arrange it for you, but I'll arrange it differently. If there's any of those. If you are thinking of small group, I really would love it if you would get your song decided pretty soon here to find out if I need to help you at all with getting the arrangements together. Let's get this figured out next week. I know it's only beginning of August, and you're like, he seems to be very focused in on all of this stuff happening early. I know what happens, right? We got basically 6 weeks to the start of orchestra, and I need to have all the paperwork done by the time people come in and sit down. They need it the night before, and so those of you who are sort of lollygagging about getting your ideas together, now's the time. Let's get that going. It's very exciting times overall. This is the hardest music we've ever tried to tackle, and I am so excited for what we're going to do. And I'm kind of there's going to be a little bit of some of the people in the orchestra who kind of were like, yeah, I don't need to do that summertime stuff. They're going to be a little shocked at the level of the music that they're going to have to play, and it's going to be kind of fun to watch them struggle a little bit. All right, let's play "Take the A Train." Let's see. Did you say no tough uke on Monday nights? Then we won't do no tough uke, Linda. But it will not be required. How about that? For the most part, we'll be doing. You can still play tough uke when you're there at your house. What you'll find is that as I pick up the pacing, it's going to be really, really hard to do it at that speed. And so on this one, you must take the A train. That's the speed we'll be doing it at, right? Bum, 2, 3, 4, 1, dun, 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 dun. Well, look at all the stuff you got to do on tough uke. You're probably not going to play it that fast. On tough uke, you're going to play dum, bum, 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 rum, bum, wum, bum, wum, bum, bum, bum. You're going to slow it down quite a bit to play that. And so you'll still have the opportunity. All the arrangements will still have tough uke attached to them, but you probably are going to find as we turn up the speed, it's going to be less and less likely that you're going to enjoy it. So that's what I think you should be thinking of, Linda, is, yeah, tough uke's still going to be there. It's just going to be murderously much more difficult. Thank you guys, appreciate it. 30 years seems like it seems weird when I'm only 27 that I've been married 30 years. Let's give this a try. Super crazy slow. The chords are out of control on this one, and let's see how many I can get, and let's see how many you can get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Bar on 5. To the top. Greatest turnaround ever. Second ending. Very cool. Very cool. This is probably going to end up. This one for sure needs either to be an ensemble piece or a small group piece. That is a cool song, but boy, oh boy, those chords are unpleasant. Just disagree entirely with the melody going on. Guys, I can't believe we're out of time. I apologize. Baritone players, you guys will have to tackle these on your own. A couple of these songs, baritones will end up taking the lead. I'm not sure which ones yet, but I like to do that plenty, where baritones come in and they run the melody and everybody else works their way around them. So thank you guys for being here. It says the chat just connected. I'll see if it'll connect back here in just a second. But I hope you're having a wonderful day. I missed all of you today while I was busy running around trying to get other stuff going. Just hang in there, peeps. I know this is all going to work out for the best as we get everything ready for the fall. Make sure I think all of you guys already are, but make sure you're already a member of the website, because for the fall, especially here locally, those of you guys are used to doing things a different way. We're not doing it that way anymore. And so a whole bunch of stuff has changed. And I've already gotten several emails from Debbie. What about this? And what about that? And what about this other thing? And yeah, and she's right. Things are definitely things that we did a certain way in the past. We're not necessarily going to do that stuff in the future. And so please stay tuned to the emails. Check your emails. Be a part of the website. Keep showing up and playing. During the day, I'm posting stuff for you guys to work on, so you can keep your whatever time slot you have available for ukulele. Keep that sacred. Don't give that over to grocery shopping and taking care of the cat, right? Keep that stuff sacred, because what I know about music is you got to do two things. You got to spend a little bit of time on it at home. So find a spot, and if you can do it every day, you will get better much faster. That's 7 days a week, not 5 days a week. And then keep showing up, right? I do think if you want to be a great ukulele player, you have to play in an ensemble situation to get your timing together. So it's been the biggest challenge we've had. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I hope you're having a great day. I will see some of you in a harmonica ensemble at 5:30 tomorrow. And otherwise, keep checking the website. I'm going to keep you busy. And let's see who's logging out here. Vic, thanks to you. Patricia Luton, thank you very much. Diane, I tried the very on my own this week. It will be a challenge. Diane, you're a good musician. You know that you can do this, right? You know this. You know how to read this stuff. And I apologize. I just wanted to go through. I was pretty sure a couple of these were going to be needing a more legitimate treatment ensemble-wise than the others, and so I wanted to just make sure I knew which ones those are. I was right. Thanks for being here, Elizabeth. Pauline, it's so good to see you. You're welcome. Mame, no class next week. Yes, that is correct. I'm going to skip next week, and then the week after we'll probably get started on ensemble work, probably. And Fran says, I'll keep up the practice. We've come too far. You've come too far to quit now. I think, to be honest, guys, those of you guys who have really logged in the hours with me over the last year and a half, it's going to be really, really a problem, right? Because you have gotten to be fine, high-level, sophisticated music thinkers, and there's not a lot of other places you're going to get this kind of stuff. And I think most of the other stuff out there, it will feel like a step down from what we're doing. Not that what we're doing is the greatest thing ever. Please don't think that I have that much ego. But what I do know is that this is really good stuff, and it's really hard, and it's challenging, and it makes you better, and makes you think right about music. I mean, I don't know of any other group that's got, from beginners clear up to composers, all trying to work together, all trying to find a meaningful way to turn music into something for yourself. I think it's very exciting what we're doing here. And so, yeah, you've come too far to quit now. I don't even think you could quit, right? A couple of you keep buying ukuleles, and that's not working out, right? So, thanks all. Good to see you. Linda, good to see you. Linda number 2. See you in 2 weeks for ensemble practice. 2 weeks, and I'll see you then. Peace.